start with Greg Hunter.
All right, Mike, I'll start with the visual one. Well, the beads. What you showed us the shorts last year. I forget even the name of them. So, what are the beads called? What do they signify?
This is called a ula. It's like it's one of our necklaces, like one of the chiefs in the village wear to represent. It's like a symbol. This is not an original one. This is just to represent and look cool.
Next question is from Kevin Kinder.
Grant, that was my story last year. Mike, I remember it was a lava, right?
Yeah.
You were wearing last year, yeah. So going back to the beads a little bit kind of ties into my question. Stepping into a leadership role, especially as a guy that obviously doesn't have the football background that a lot of other people did. What has that process been like for you in helping the other offensive linemen come along? What are the things that you try to emphasize with them?
I don't know. Like I hear it all the time. Being that guy, but I try to be myself, and I play football, and I try to lead by the way I play. And if that's one way they like to see as a leadership, that's the best way I can think of how to be a leader. Because when it comes to game day, I play, a way that separates myself from the others, and I guess that's a way you can say you can call yourself a leader. I'm not trying to be, cocky or anything. It's just when it comes to playing football, that's one way I know how to lead.
Back to you, Greg. Go ahead.
So, Mike, take me back to the first when you started playing football. Obviously, junior college. Then you get here. How raw were you at that point? And do you feel like you're a completely different player now? Can you even feel it when you're on the field?
Oh yes, absolutely. I think I'm definitely a player that is broke expectations, and put myself to a new higher standard of execution and getting things done. Back in JUCO when I first started, it was I used more of my brawn and the brute strength more than anything. In JUCO, it was that guy in front of you, make sure he's dead or make sure he doesn't get near your guy. I was like, okay, that's easy. Now here, I probably said it before, you got this guy, you got that guy, this guy. Oh man, my head, just like so many stuff. But I'm cool now. Like I'm good with it now. Like today, like yesterday in practice, I can just call things out now. Like if we're reading a backer and two down linemen, we're taking the dangers out of the most three. I can pick that up like that. It's easy. Seeing defenses, knowing the difference between odd and stacked and 4 down, and looking at a 3 down lineman, but there's a guy that's really on the edge over there. He's a fourth guy. He's not showing it like the down line. I can pick all that up now. Like it's fluent now. Like I try to, you know what I mean? I don't speak a lot. I show it. So like out there on the field, coach was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, it's this." And he was like, "Oh, okay." He saw, like, "Okay, I didn't see that, but you saw." I was like, "Yeah." So like that kind of stuff.
Go ahead, Greg.
Okay, so now personally, your life has had some big changes. Last year you got married. This year you became a dad, right? So what is all that like compared to your carefree bachelor days?
It's truly amazing. I love being a dad. This is like it's like a blessing, a promised blessing, each and every year of my life. Like as the year went on, like I was promised this stuff if I kept going down the straight and narrow path to the best of my ability. Of course I'm not perfect, but like I'm a very religious man, and I'm an LDS. I served my mission, and before I served the mission, like my patriarch told me, if you serve with all your heart, you're gonna be spiritually, mentally, and what you want the most, physically dominant. And and these are the blessings that come along. You're gonna have a wife. You're gonna be exposed to great things in the light, and you're gonna be able to prosper and take care of your family if you continue down this path and do the best you can. Not just show it in front of people, but do it the best of your ability behind doors. That's what. If I answered your question right, I'm sorry.
We'll go to Cody Nesper.
So, Mike, going back to the playing field for a sec, you mentioned a big difference between when you were junior college to now. Is there a big difference even just from you last season to now?
Yep. Last season, I was more nervous more than anything. It was more. I beat myself up mentally more than anything. But now I'm so comfortable with schemes, schematic, my friends, the homies next to me, the center, the tackle, and even the guys on the left side. During the game, I'd be like, hey, just yelling on the other side. And that's the best part, especially that part. But compared from last year to now, it was more. I'm more mature mentally. I'm not naive anymore like I used to be.
Next, we'll go to Carly Nevis. Go ahead, Carly.
Hey, Mike, you always look like Maui, so we appreciate that. And you kind of alluded to it, some moving pieces on the offensive line, but how much better are you guys as a group than last year? And also, second question, how much potential does a guy like Zach Frazier have? You look at him, you're a grown man, but he's coming in, and he kind of looks like a grown man, too. So.
that is a grown. He looked like a grown man, too, huh? Frazier is definitely a guy. That's the phrase they use a lot here, the dude. Frazier is definitely one of those dudes. And I give props to him because, sometimes we're walking in, lifting in the weight room, and we're walking, I look at him like, man, what you trying to size me up for, man? Watch out, little guy. But he's really a big guy, He definitely brings everything to the table. He still needs to work on just knowledge stuff. That's it. That's all it is, But the physical capability of doing his job when he knows what he's doing, man, that kid's a monster. It's just once he gets the schematic down, man, that kid's gonna be great. He's gonna be real great.
Back over to Greg.
Mike, a little bit more personal stuff. In terms of those of us here think growing up in Compton must have been really difficult. So what was that like, and how much different is West Virginia to Compton and LA and all that?
It's super different. The gap between my lifestyle, how I lived in California, compared to West Virginia, is almost 100% different. Yeah, you got your crime and all that here and there, but I definitely feel more safer here in West Virginia, walking around at night or doing things I gotta do at night. Growing up in California. I grew up in Compton. I was born and raised in Compton. I was also raised in Long Beach. I was also raised in, I lived in Bellflower, Downey. They're all connected. So it's definitely the norm of feeling safe. Is I don't know, I don't know how to explain. It's here back in Cali. There's a lot of things that's going on. That some people they over exaggerate a little bit, but it's mostly what you hear and see is true. But compared to West Virginia, it's non-existent.